Welcome back to MediamamatV for info, inspo, and convo, because there's always something to say about everything. I'm Alysia Cutting, and if you notice, there are 4 of us today. Dana had to take care of some business, but we look forward to hanging out with her next go round, and you'll be seeing all 5 of us, so stay tuned for that episode as well. But, I'm feeling like we said Dana's name because we love Dana, and we know you love Dana too. But what if you are like getting called something and it's not really your name the way it's pronounced? Or what if you're seeing written correspondence and your name is misspelled? Does that freak you out? Because for some of us, maybe if your name is Chris, no, that could be Chris
could be spelled a lot of different ways.
Mm-hmm. But if it's like Gina could be Geena or Gina.
Yep.
But
how about Sam? If your name is Sam,
Saam.
I just thought about like if MC Light and if your name is Sam, step off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our unscripted reality here. So
and today is won by the Wild Girls of the Wild Hair because a viewer particularly asked for us to wild our hair today. Yes. So we being natural.
Yes, I did. I told them they have to be alla naturale because and I love natural.
Well, that's what we're doing today because we are natural women. And like what's her name? Alika, not Alika. Come on now, respect.
Aretha. Alika.
My mind got caught up. It's like Alika, Alysia, Aretha.
Girl, that's why we can't wear our hair down when it's curly because our mind gets just like
it is nuts.
Just think straight, no more.
That's it. So listen, question on the table, Alika.
Yes.
Your name is not Mary.
Mm-hmm. No,
that's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name.
So does it annoy you? Do you get like, what's your name and the spelling? When you go to Starbucks, they're like, Alika? What's going on?
Well, first of all, my name is not Susan, so watch what you say.
I feel another song coming on. Okay,
for those of you out there that are too young to know about Whitney Houston, look up the song. I'm going to move on. So I will tell you that my ex-husband is Greek. And when I married him, my name has always been Alika Hope, but I added his name. Well, no, actually it was something else. It's always been Alika Hope something. Mm-hmm. And I added his name on just for legal documents so that I had the last name as my kids also. I married him before I had kids. I'm really not telling the story well.
We'll put it together.
Sorry.
For real, it's like, he had a 13-letter last name. And I will tell you a story that, so when I was married, everybody said my name wrong. And I kept saying to people, you're overthinking it. You're overthinking it. Like whenever you think of a Greek last name, when you think of a Greek last name, everyone's like, Papadopoulos.
Oh, it's an Opolis, right? An Opolis.
Yes, it ended in Opolis. And people messed up Alika a lot, but when I was married to him, it was like people on the phone, like the electric company, how do you say that? I'm like, just say it real quick, like it's, written. And then I have Black folk like, you just went and took your Greek man's name, didn't you? That's a whole other
all the way.
Oh my goodness.
All I have to say about that.
So basically, your name is going to get jacked up regardless. Oh, it did.
People do say I like it.
Still,
yeah, they do that too. Mm-hmm. But am I offended by it? No, because I feel like if someone's making an effort, then I'm cool with that. It's only if I correct you more than once or more than a couple times and you keep messing it up, then I feel like you don't care enough,
right,
to correct it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Alysia?
I'm gonna add this one.
Yes.
On behalf of all of us that went through elementary school and did not see our names on those cool, what you call them, the bike tags.
Personalized everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We weren't on the personalized tags. We weren't on the personalized keychains.
Mm-hmm.
And if it was, I might have seen Alice, Alice. I might have seen Alysia, Alicia. But I surely was not going to see Alysia. And I asked Bruce and Carol, I said, listen, how do this? Mis amores. Okay, so what were you thinking when you said Alysia, Alysia? They thought it was pretty. They thought it was a nice way to say it. And I said, okay, because phonetically, it's not really supposed to be said like Alysia phonetically, Alysia. It's not Alyshia. But I say, you know what? It's going to be what it's going to be. And there it is. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So yeah, I, in my adult life, have yet to have found something that was personalized off the rack, but I have keep up alive.
How do people say your name?
Alysia,
Alysia.
Alysia, Alysia, Alysia. That one gets me. Alysia, okay, whatever. Those are pretty much Alysia, Alyssa. I don't know if I said that. I don't know if I'm repeating myself here, but those are the things that I pretty much have seen and heard.
Yep.
So
Interesting.
now,
can you tell people are lazy when they just say, "Hey, Allie, can I just call you Allie?" Anyone do that?
I've never heard Allie in my life.
Okay.
Never heard that one ever.
Good. Interesting.
Now, Mildred.
Right.
Yes.
So in English, people will pronounce my name correctly. But if I go to a Spanish country, either I'm traveling to my native country, Puerto Rico, Colombia, or visit my extended family, which is Cuban, and they will say Mildred.
Mildred.
Silent
And
D.
I'm like, well, it's two D's. So if you tell them it has another D, they were like, Mildred. I'm like, no, it's just Mildred. That's it.
Yeah, smooth as silk.
Mildred. It's just like that. And then I get the other thing about, I was like, oh my God, you're the youngest Mildred I've ever seen. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
I know.
It's like my name isn't Bertha, but it's like you think Bertha.
Eugenia.
Right. So I'm always like, yeah. So at one point I was working as a cook and receptionist for a nursing home in this area. And it was so funny because my other Mildred, she was 97 years old and she was so cute. She was adorable. And I was
you're cute and adorable too. You're just not elderly.
There was a really young Mildred and there was like a almost 100-year-old Mildred. So it was one. But yeah, I do have that issue in the Spanish culture. Like they do not know how to pronounce my name correctly. And it's not on purpose. It's just, unfortunately, it's just the E is a very high vowel. And then that's why they just dropped the D. They're like, we don't need it.
We don't need that.
Okay. All right. So we have our name might be considered an older name. Mildred, or when you had a Greek name, it had 13 letters in it and a bunch of vowels. It was a problem. And your first name again is not like it's a Mary.
No, I didn't get personalized stuff either. Now in Hawaii, you can, because in Hawaii, Alika is a boy's name, but that's a different story. Yes. I want to know about Gina though.
Yeah.
Gina actually has been a really difficult name throughout my life, oddly enough. 4 letters and so many problems. Because when I was a kid, that was not a popular name. So people always thought my name was Regina. And
I didn't even think about that.
I grew to resent that. But at the same time, I asked my parents with a lot of consternation, much like yourself, Alysia. It's like, why would you name me a nickname? Why wouldn't you just name me Regina? And my mother's like, because I named you Gina. Now shut up. So it was either Virginia, Jeanette, Jeannie, Jean, and even to this day, people will assume that I say Jean. I can't tell you how many people say, "Oh, hi, Jean," and I'm like, "Nah." No. I'll finish it off for them. But I mean, it doesn't upset me. It's just kind of like, it just makes me wonder, how hard is that name?
Right.
It's so simple.
Very simple.
I never would have thought that for you.
Yeah, it's weird, right? So my last name, Beavers. Now the best piece of mail that we've ever gotten, my sister and I, we were kids, and we sent we sent something to like probably Jerry Lewis's telethon or whatever. So we got something back, and the name on it was Ginny Bearburn. That was the best alias ever.
What?
I'm like Gina Beavers. Yeah,
say that again.
Gina Beavers, Ginny Bearburn. We laughed forever. I don't know,
Right.
but you know why? Because it was said over the phone, and they were probably like, "I have no idea what you said." Not even a clue. So Ginny Bearburn is my alias. That's my giving side.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. So you think, I mean, it's like two really simple names. Beavers is, you can't get any simpler than that, right?
Wow.
Beavers. It's an animal wandering around the universe. People can't wrap their heads around it. Particularly in Massachusetts.
They actually do mess up a lot my last name. They will say Montevallo, and they always Italian, and I'm like, no, Boricua, okay?
Yeah.
Colombiana, that's it, okay? And it's so funny because every time when I was single, every time they'd be like, Mildred Montevallo, I'm like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, it's me. And I'm like, no, it's Montalvo.
You see, this is where you and I are different, Millie. I would have so rocked that and been like, yes, I'm Mildred Montalvo, the Sicilians Montalvos, and you know my father, right? I want free food, a free Cadillac. That reminds me, I gotta tell you guys a story. So I was on a plane. This is before COVID. I used to fly like every other week. And I'm like 5'10" and a half. I probably had some heels on. I'm on the plane. I'm like 6 feet tall, black woman, fine, whatever. Or these people see me as
yes, you're fine.
People see me as, thank you. People see me as whatever they choose to. But it was a group of white women in their like 50s, 60s that were really UConn fans. And they were flying to the UConn women's, the NCAA women's basketball finals or whatever, wherever it was for UConn. And they all assumed that I was a UConn alum and I played for UConn. They were like, oh my gosh, you played, right? And so I just went with it. I was like, yes. My gosh. Why else would a 6 foot tall black woman be on an airplane? I just went with it.
Oh my gosh.
Totally. Great. See, that stuff happens and I just own it. People think I'm Dominican. I'm like, yeah,
woohoo. That's really funny, but also very disconcerting.
It's like, I guess, but I assume things about older white women, like I assumed, and I'm going to be blunt on this show, that because they're white women in their 50s and 60s on an airplane, that they must have a lot of free spending money to go be able to chase this NCAA team. That was my natural assumption. And when I check myself, because I do a lot, they could have been saving money though. We don't know. They could have been saving money for years to be able to go to this because they're fanatics. See, but Gina, you're just as guilty then. I don't know.
I'm super guilty. Like I never said I was innocent. I'm super guilty. In my world, if you can follow a basketball team and not know exactly if they're going to make the playoffs, and then they make the playoffs, and you can follow them, you're doing okay.
But what if they've been saving every year for 30 years since they graduated from UConn just for this moment? And they dipped into that UConn women NCAA savings account to be able to afford that flight and that hotel. We don't know.
And we don't know what their names are either. We'll never know what their names are.
That's right. It was probably
it might be Karen. Who knows? I don't know their name. I don't know their names.
Back to the topic at hand.
But you know what, Gina? I'm sure they assumed my name was Shaniqua, so you know.
I know, right?
Anyway, so
Shay.
Listen, I don't understand.
It's the curly hair. It's Millie's fault.
It is. It messes folks up.
It's so beautiful. I wish I had that beautiful curly hair. Just get it wet, be out.
You have beautiful hair. You have a different kind of beautiful
if
hair.
I don't like control it, it doesn't.
You notice that should be an episode.
We're going to do an episode.
Don't have. We always want what we don't have.
And it's always like that.
We're going to do a hair episode. For real. We're going to do a hair episode. We're going to talk about hair. But I do want to
Can we talk about? Can I just say one more thing?
Absolutely.
I want to discuss my NCAA basketball career too. So,
full disclosure, like one of the coaches.
I'm lying.
I know her well.
Like what?
You'd be like, don't you remember she was on the roster?
I tried to play basketball. I fell down. I was joking. Sorry, y'all were like, really? No.
I was like, tell me more.
No. We know. Alika's the actress. Alika's gonna roll with whatever.
Alika, you're
Sure is.
funny.
It's all good. But I will say this, one thing that is disconcerting to me and goes back to what we were saying, is it meaning that like, okay, if I've emailed you and you're looking at my name in an email, or like you see my Facebook, you see my social media profiles, how do you misspell my name? I don't understand.
That's a good
Carelessness.
I don't understand.
That's right.
But you know, like I said, it's no love. So if you happen to be watching this, if you happen to misspell my name, what even like if you know me, I sometimes joke around, if you know me, but like legit, if you like know me,
but not in the biblical sense.
ALY. It's ALY.
Why?
Okay.
There's no C.
There's no C. That's not her name.
There's no
That's
C.
not my name. Again, like we said, if the spirit is right, no offense taken. I just wonder. I wonder. And maybe I'm going to take it off of us, for example. If we're looking at an email that's a reply all, and we know the sender's name is spelled, I don't know, Betty, Betty, I might wonder if you're replying to all in an email, why do you refer to as Bettie? But that's a whole other conversation. So yeah.
Let it out, sister. We're here for you.
Basically,
I actually have one other thing to say that
yes.
I completely forgot, and I don't know how I forgot this.
I think I know where you're going, though, actually.
Where is she?
When I was a child, I had a surgeon from Canada, and he always referred to me as Gina.
That's not what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's not what you were thinking?
Not what I was thinking.
Were you thinking about the other name?
Gina Beavers.
Can it get any better? Can it get any better?
Did you get teased for that?
Oh,
in Massachusetts, yes. Nowhere else. Because Pittsburgh, Ohio, there's a lot of Beaver Valley, Beaver whatever. Beaver, it's like because of the Indian trade and everything like that. In Massachusetts, it's like they never heard of anything. A beaver is just what it is. But
it's
Gina, at 9, I was like, what? He was like, oh, I was like, oh.
So we had vagina beavers. Vagina beavers.
That is like the double whammy of all time.
Really? Seriously?
Yeah.
But luckily hopefully most people don't think of it that way. They will now.
Yeah.
Just in case you forgot, there's a older, not a nickname. What do you call it? Not I'm saying derogatory name, but like a nickname. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there you go. Gina Beavers.
Gina Beavers. Look at Alicia's face like, I am fully female.
I just feel bad. I just feel bad for Gina now because I hope I don't accidentally say that on the show.
No, it'll make me laugh. My sister and I still laugh about it. It's kind of like, I was like, what are you? I was 9 and I was like, what? What are you insane?
That's cute. That's cute.
Speaking of your sister has a very special place. I've never met your sister in real life. However, I will say this. Her sister, hear me out. Her sister has a very special place in the Media Mama family.
My sweet
Why?
Gina will tell you. Gina will tell you why.
Gina.
Yeah, Rob, I'm sorry, my screen is shaking. Rob is one of our subscribers and one of my favorite people of all time. Aww. You know how you can love your siblings?
Yes.
And you can love your siblings?
Yes.
I love my sister. My sister and I are like non-conjoined twins. It's just wonderful. I just love her so much. So she's one of our subby shout outs. And my other sweet person is Ingrid Schatz, who I knew at UMass in graduate school. And Ingrid and I did a lot of like Rodney King anti-violence stuff together. And we just really bonded. And she's a beautiful dancer. And she's one of our subscribers too. And I love you, Ingrid. Mwah. Thank you.
Thank you, Ingrid and Robin.
Yes, you guys.
Well, okay, everything here, listen. Everything here, we are very eclectic women here. Okay, so Dana's just as eclectic as all of us. And so when we come together, it's crazy. This is pandemonium. It's songs It's theater presentations, it's plays, and it's always something that is like a really cool quote, whether it's from the arts, we make up dances, we do all kind of random things because this is completely unscripted. But what's not
In case you
unscripted,
couldn't tell.
Yeah.
but what's not unscripted is the fact that we are about info, inspo, and convo. So we do understand it's hard when your name is complicated, whether your name is Bob or Robert, and people want to call you Bob. Well, no,
Bob is a
Bob.
palindrome.
It's not Robert.
Yeah, Bob
No,
is
Bob is a
palindrome.
good one because it's the same frontwards and backwards. That's called a palindrome, ladies and gentlemen. Continue.
Thank you, Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock is the bomb, though. Seriously, I love
That's the
Rock.
best. It's the best.
Okay,
It's the best.
and I learned that we have a
Only
quote that is
bill.
sitting on Capitol Hill.
You guys are out of control.
What?
Out of control.
He needs a nap. Okay,
If you didn't watch our last episode on naps, you should. Then you'd get the reference.
should.
Yeah.
get
You'll
the
get
context.
the jokes then.
And you would not have missed that episode if you had, Millie.
Millie's like, what? Come on, Millie.
You would not have missed the nap episode if you had
Because
subscribed.
That's it.
I need the button. The
Millie was
bell.
looking for the answer. She's like,
Just
I'm
subscribe.
not really sure.
Subscribe.
No, don't forget. Yes, absolutely. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit that button so you get the bell, so you get notifications every single time we upload something over here, so you can have fun
That's it.
while you chill outside. It's almost summer, hey.
Unless you're on. If you're watching the show from Argentina or Australia, it might not be summer, and that's okay too. You can still go outside in the
that's right.
cold and watch us.
And you can do that. Not in Australia, though. You might get eaten by something big.
So you can just be outside with your little fireplace going on, have your little TV screen or your
That's
phone screen.
You could be
And
So
glamping.
yes,
Have fun.
wherever you are in the global universe, just
spinning
watch.
out of control.
Just spinning out of control. Just make sure that you double check that you have subscribed. Now, listen, we're gonna be heading off in a second. However, we need to get our final inspirational quote in here because we don't want for you to leave out of here thinking that your name is some kind of like abnormality, just or that people you can't trust them to say your name or spell your name right in a group message, whatever. But we want you to have some faith in your ability to know who you are,
Yes,
even when they mispronounce your name.
that's right.
Preach.
Because
that.
as the Alika version of William Shakespeare says, from Romeo and Juliet, for our fans of Latin American origin, that was for you, Millie. What is in a name? Because listen up here, a rose by any other name would still smell as sweet. That's your quote.
That's the quote.
That was
So
it.
William
That was a
Shakespeare,
quote.
it's
Romeo
all
and
love.
Juliet.
Willie.
That's it. It's all love.
Willie Shakes.
Willie Shakes. William or
Shakes.
Will,
Willie Shakes.
whether it was William, whether William, Bill, Willie,
That's
whatever. We
Will I am.
Well, I am.
Will I am.
Will I am.
That. Listen, we look forward to seeing you next time. Come back, check us out. Dana will be back. We'll have
Dana
more
will be
randomness
here.
with the five of us because you know what I'm saying. It's something that
Fantastic
happens when we all get
Five.
together. So, on that note, have a positive, peaceful, productive day, even when they jack your name up. Okay? All right. So, on that note, we love you. Bye.